Right, there we are. Here I am. Here I am on my lonesome again. I think we are all good. Um, sure, Katie will tell me if it's not good or whatever. Yeah, hello. Hello everyone, it's just me, myself and I again, Sarah. Katie's had a bit of a she was travelling yesterday and it was like a long day for her, so yeah, she is around, she will be in chat, but it is just myself again. Oh, the joys. So yeah, I think everything's all good. But yeah, I am here again, once again playing Errant Kingdom as always. Good, Katie is here. Before I start and like get into too many things, like one, I know my hair is crazy. Like I can never predict like what my hair is gonna do. Like on any given day, in this bit at the back, I can't tame it. It just seems to want to stick up all the time, so I end up looking, I don't know, like a hedgehog or something like that. And two, yes, number two, we do have kind of like a bit of a storm type thing. We were like warned for storms sort of thing. So just in case like the stream like cuts out or anything like that, please let me know because I won't know. So yeah, just let me know. But yeah, we are expecting some storms. It's meant to get worse like later on, like tonight / into tomorrow. So if the stream does end up cutting out or like I sound a bit funny or anything, please let me know so that I can do something about it if I can, rather than me continuing on when nobody is watching. So yeah, Katie is here in the chat. She will be around as my support if anything needed. But I'm back playing Errant Kingdom. It's been a while, but I'm very interested in the story. I'm too in there now, do you know what I mean? So like last time we kind of started like the whole romance line with Maja. So that's kind of getting into things, and then we also like the kind of storyline, we're still trying to find these assassins that have like apparently attempted the lives on the king and queen. But I forget his name. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The white-haired dude. It's been so long. But he's part of like an assassin's guild type thing. So we were trying to like talk to him to get some information about who it might be assassin-wise. I can't remember his name at the current moment in time, but you know, it'll probably come back to me and I'll be like, there it is. When we're playing the game, I'll be like, that's your name. So yeah, I can't remember where I stopped it last time, to be fair. It's been a while. Let me see. Load. If I click load game, please. Did I actually stop it like right on? Oh my god, wait a minute, yes! Maja had invited us for tea, I think, or something like that, and we'd had a like fight with Livia, I think her name is again, yeah, it is. So we had a fight with her. I think we won, by the way, just FYI. Yes! Raiden, I'd never know how to say his name. Thank you very much. That's his name. But yeah, we'll just kind of get into it then. We kind of stopped right here with our beautiful soon-to-be wife. So it's all good. I will be talking a lot, and I will try and remember the accents that I gave everyone, or like the voices, or whatever you want to call it. But I think I remember for all of them. Okay, cool. So we are about to have tea with Masha. I think it was tea. I don't remember. Cool. So yeah, we'll just go. Masha lowers her arm now that she's gotten my attention and smiles. There it is already, folks. Fancy seeing you here, my friend. For now. Care to join me for some tea and breakfast? Tea and breakfast. Don't mind if I do. I don't know if we ever eat in this game, by the way. Like, I don't know if we ever eat or anything. So, like, to be offered some food is like, yeah. The sun glints on her golden jewellery and hair ornaments, Sorry? The sun glints on her golden jewellery and hair ornaments, illuminates her already bright mood, and it strikes me how happy Maja looks this morning. This is where we all... Excited for more Maja content. Yes, as am I, but this is where we all find out that I'm a terrible reader. Of course. Then please, come. Yes. Maja sweeps her hand at the chair across from her, an elegant gesture of welcome when I hurry over. So she's like this, and then we're like... Yeah, I mean, I'd be the same, man. I'd run right into that seat. She sets the long, beautiful quill she's been holding in her hand aside, and I could have sworn it floats off the surface of the table a moment before settling. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a magic quill. What a beautiful writing instrument. Oh, the wink! The wink! There you go. Isn't it? I keep telling our dear ambassador so. Or your dear ambassador. A generous gift from our mutual acquaintance. Oh, I see. Well, the ambassador sure knows how to pick a present. I wonder if that's why Maja seems so cheerful this morning. Perhaps she's someone who likes thoughtful gifts. Make a mental note. Maja likes thoughtful gifts. I take my seat and take a look at the modest but delicious looking array of cookies, scones, and a pretty little box full of individualised tea bags with strings and metal tags attached telling me what the flavours are. How nice. It's all nicely arranged for us, just as it should. I would expect this from Maja. What kind of tea have we got here? Anything? Pick your tea, would you? I recommend these blueberry scones. I cannot eat blueberries, Maja, so I'm sorry to be rude. If I eat them, I'm going to be sick, and you don't want to see me when I'm sick and I've got a bad stomach. No one wants to see that. So, the thing is, I really like blueberries as well. Thank you, Katie. Get Maja a thoughtful gift. Yes, we will. But I can't actually eat blueberries. I know, not the blueberries. I knew it was going to be blueberries out of anything. It's normally blueberries, isn't it? But no, I would have a time trying to eat them that wouldn't be nice for anyone. But I really like blueberries as well, which is a shame that I can't eat them. But such is life. Such is life. Oh, see if she made it. I'm going to feel even worse for, like, turning it down. Did you make this? Oh, no. Oh, God. Indeed. I woke early today and wanted something to do before I had to face the drearier duties of a Royal Archmage. I was hoping Livia would come and share it with me, but I have no idea where she went. I think she got called off, didn't she? There was something, like, happening and she had to, like, put her armour on and kind of run away. Oh, she was just with me. We were sparring, and then I think she was summoned to some other task. Maja purses her lips in concern and frowns. I wonder how much exactly the Royal Archmage really knows. Eat it out of politeness, then run to the loo. I think this is what we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to eat it, and then I'll be like, excuse me, please. And then we're going to have to go and destroy the bathroom. But she doesn't say anything, so I don't either. Yeah, we're just gonna like sit here and... The tea I picked smells wonderful. Strong yet not overpowering. I look at the tag again. How expensive is this thing? I mean, I'm a simple English breakfast tea kind of person, do you know what I mean? The fancy teas, I mean, if it's there, like, I'll take it, but like, normally if I have the option, I'll take just a good breakfast tea. Maja is chuckling. Are you not used to more extravagant breakfasts? No, I usually have like a bit of cereal or some toast. Like, I've never had like a full out spread. Not really my kind of thing. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Never with such lovely company. Yes, I say it twice, because that's how nice we are. Maja chuckles and wags her finger in front of my nose, winking. What does that mean? Is she like this? Like this? And then winks? I see. Ah, okay. Don't be too sweet now. My friend, stop calling me my friend! I am in love with you. Okay, that's how this is supposed to go. That's the baked goods get jealous. I mean, I mean, I don't think the baked goods are going to get jealous of me. I think they will get scared when they see what happens when the blueberry scone enters my body. It's going to be a nightmare. I can't help but laugh. She really is too good at this back and forth. We've got the banter going, we've got some stuff happening over here. This is nice. Your presence alone would have made them blush long ago. What's a little more? Okay, yeah. Well, I suppose they did go a little cold in the meantime. Damn. A little blushing might warm them right up. Or you can just stick it. Do you not have a microwave? Like, we can stick them in the microwave if that helps you heat them up, or like put them in the sun. I don't know. We catch each other's gaze, and for a moment after dissolve into giggling. Sorry, this is my thing coming out. I don't even know why. It's just funny, and it feels good to laugh, as Marja has the kind of joy that's infectious. It is good to laugh, folks. Just laugh. I watch her for a moment, the way she flips her hair over one shoulder. See, I can't do that because I've got like the shortest hair known to man, bar being bald. So if I tried to do that, I'd just be like that with my hand. No one would think that was flattering at all. Trying to hide her grin behind her hand, so she's like, you know, that way where you're like trying not to like show, and then not quite succeeding. Yeah, I mean, we can see it right there, Marja. That's what's happening. I do feel warm all over. The feelings are growing. She's beautiful. Her features made all that much softer in the sunlight, and it floors me still. I mean, you've got me right there. You've got me. Some part of my mind finds it difficult to comprehend the fact that Marja's sitting here with me, laughing at me or with me. I mean, if she's laughing at me, like, it's fair. Having invited me over, yes, we came here on her request. So I quickly take one of the blueberry scones to give myself something else to do so I won't stare at her overly long, much as I want to do it. It's about to get rough, chap. Just wait. This tastes divine, Lady Marshall. I'm glad you like it. Like it? I love this. I've never had something this good before. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna have to vacate the premises because it's gonna get bad. Can we leave, like, right now? Except, perhaps, at that social event a few days ago. So smitten by Marja. Yes, we are. We are. I love her. I love her. I think she's great. I think it's the best choice. Oh. The Royal Archmage sneaking her own food into such a public event? It's almost cheeky. Ah, so they were her things that we had at the event the other day. I think, yeah, she made all of her own baked goods and decided to bring them. I give Marja an admiring smile and she winks. There you go, there's the wink again. Cheeky wink. As it turns out, I actually am hungry, having not eaten anything of significance before Livia dragged me off for that sparring match. Well, we're not going to be hungry anymore. Oh my god, how many of these are we eating? This is madness. Marja watches me as I eat, and I might have felt self-conscious if not for the sheer fondness in her smile. Were you waiting for someone else? No one in particular. I might have been hoping to catch Livia about, but she doesn't have much of a sweet tooth anyhow. She doesn't seem like the kind Livia that would like some sweets. You know, I feel like she's more like a savoury gal, you know what I mean? Marja sighs and twirls her finger in a circle. The spoon in her cup of tea stirs itself with the motion of her digit. Magic spoon! Oh, bugger it off. Perhaps my brother, though he too has proven elusive. I'm glad for your company, though. I was afraid you might have been swept up by other courtiers wishing to bother you about yesterday's jousting outcome. Yes, we won the joust, apparently yesterday, but we won the joust because that other guy was a big phony. He kept saying that he knows us, but we were like, dude, I have no idea who you are, so like, stop talking, like. And then we slaughtered him in the joust, so. Oh right, with the encounter in the woods so fully occupying my mind even, I've almost completely forgotten that I trounced the Novian Knights. Yes, we did. I almost want to cringe. Yes, huffy courtiers will likely be on the hunt for me. Oh god. Don't worry, you're safe here with me. No one would dare interrupt us. And I'm glad, because we don't want some... yeah, dude. So you did plan to save me from the start. Thank you. Just looking out for us, see? Looking out for us. This encounter was a happy coincidence. Yeah, okay, right. So I was just in the vicinity. How are you doing? I hope yesterday's exertions haven't left you sore. Was that yesterday? Oh no, she's talking about the joust. I was like, we just battled Livia the same day, but it's like, yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm fine. If anything, the soreness in my muscles this morning probably came from tensing too hard after what I saw yesterday night. Oh yeah, we found those, I think it was cultists in the woods or something like that. Yeah, we were with Rue, and we saw the cultists, but decided not to go after them. And speaking of which, shouldn't I ask Maja about what I saw? Livia seemed sure that whatever I've seen wouldn't warrant immediate intervention, and I trust her judgment. It isn't about that. It's the way the forest reacted yesterday night, I realise. Something normal, or even that of a cult, if it was harmless, would never have made the very forest respond in such a way. I can read, right? Sarah? I hate reading my own name, you know. I shake my head quickly, trying to clear away the jumbled thoughts. I'm sorry. Don't be. Would you be willing to share what's on your mind instead? I look up at her, surprised, and Maja only smirks. Can you read my mind? So do you already know what I've been thinking about and you're just wanting me to tell you, like, physically? Is this what's happening? A blind woman could tell something's got your mind in a bind, my friend. Stop calling me my friend! I am trying to court you, as they would say in this term. Come, tell me. If it's something that puts you ill at ease, I would very much like to hear it. Oh, great. Very well. We will tell her. So I tell her. I recall as much of the scene as I can, and after a moment of hesitation, I don't omit Rue's presence either. Maja listens intently the whole way through without interruption, not even to frown, which makes me feel a little better, so she's not completely perturbed by what we're telling her. By the time I'm finished, my teacup is empty. I don't even remember drinking it. I mean, yeah, that happens when I'm around tea. It just gets slurped up like that, and that'll be it, so yeah, makes sense. Maja leans back in her chair and steeples her finger. Her brow is furrowed. It's not hard to see that she's thinking, and fiercely. I don't know what action people do when they steeple their fingers. Is it like this, when they do this? And they're like, kind of like, having that like, I think that's what that means, so it kind of looks like the top, yeah. Livia is right not to visibly react. At least, not yet. You know how touchy a militaristic response, especially from the Royal Knights, might be, with things as they are. I can read that word, it was just hard to say in the accent. Maja sighs and taps the table with her fingers, expression pensive. So many things have gone wrong lately, and in too brief a time. Yes, that's the correct action for steeple. Thank you very much, that's what I thought it was. And also W reading, thanks. I appreciate that. I know I can't read. It feels sometimes as though we stand on a knife's edge, and I can't fathom what awaits at the bottom of the abyss below us. Me either, Maja. You and I are in this together though, bestie. I'm sorry. She shakes her head. Don't be. You've been the cause of none of this. Yeah, none of this is our fault. We're just here to help. Like, it all started with the assassination and everything's just sort of tumbleweeded? I don't know. What's the expression? I don't know. Then she pauses and gives me a sharp, appraising look. Though you seem like you've found yourself in many relevant situations nonetheless. Thank you for the information. I will dispatch watchers. That's all we can do for now. Do you think what I saw has anything to do with the assassination attempt? I would hope treasonous conspirators wouldn't be so bold as to gather right outside our city gates like that, but I can't rule it out. Ugh, despite the worry in her eyes, Maja smiles at me. Thank you for your prompt honesty, my friend. You might have done your part to stop something much worse than rogue strangers in the woods. God, I hope so. I sincerely hope it's nothing and like this has all been just like a whoa, crazy day. I do too. She sighs and picks up the quill, then writes a few glowing blue runes in thin air. Jesus, what you doing? What's going on? They explode into a scattering of butterflies when Maja blows on them and flutter off. Messengers, I assume. I'd be like, get them at my face! Like, honestly, I'm like, things like that, I'm like so scared of being in like, I know that we're like sitting out like on a table, but like confined spaces with butterflies, like, or like flying creatures in general just like really scare. Exactly, stop with the friend, I love you, Masha. We need to get her a thoughtful gift, I think. This is what's happening. But yeah, the butterfly thing freaks me out. If I'm in like enclosed spaces with them, which is why I don't do well in like, you know, like, I don't know what they call it, but the spaces that you can walk with butterflies and all the birds are fine, I think. It's more just like little fly buggy things. Despite her decisive response, however, the unease I've just managed to beat back since yesterday doesn't quite abate. Not anymore, because I realise Maja hasn't really explained. Yeah, she's sending messengers, but for what reason we don't know. We don't know who she's sending them to or what it's about. You've always been forthright with me, Lady Maja, so I have to ask you, what do you make of the forest's reaction? My Fae friend said the land is old, and I understand sometimes old places react violently to being disturbed, but the forest itself seemed to abhor those people's presence. Is there something you aren't telling me about the dangerous surrounding... The dangers, sorry, not the dangerous. Is there something you aren't telling me about the dangers surrounding us, is what I want to ask, but I can't bring myself to. Of course it would. Gods and fae might arise from the same earth, but they bicker worse than most. And there are lesser deities we don't officially recognise whose mere mention would send far more reasonable folks than fairies into fits. Oh good. Maja taps her chin thoughtfully. Obviously not as ugly as what I'm doing it, but you know. There's one such lesser deity that's as old as some of our own pantheon. Nerak. Nerak, I'm gonna go for? An embittered crone who is said to have been an arrogant noblewoman centuries ago. Yeah, that sounds like... the name fits. A representation of self-entitlement, a disease not at all rare among the rich and powerful, true. Hence why we don't care to honour her, goddess or not. But she obtained a lesser following from those who share her sentiments all the same. You're always going to get some people that are going to follow regardless of, like, who the person is. There's going to be some, like, random person that's going to, like, be like, I worship you. Me to Maja. I'm like, I worship you. I blink. I see. And you think this is the one causing trouble? That would be convenient, wouldn't it? An age-old but unimportant enemy causing unrest and trouble in a way we're used to. Maja leans back in her chair and crosses her legs at the knees. She looks out to the garden, studying the flowers and the flittering birds with an expression so sharp and Jesus, so sharp and grim it almost makes me nervous. Assumptions breed complacency. I can't afford to be. A moment passes, so we just kind of sit there in silence. Then Maja seems to shake herself and turns back to me. Her smile is reassuring again, and I return it as best I can. I'm so sorry, I got carried away a little, didn't I? I didn't mean to worry you more. Jesus. Jesus. Yeah, I appreciate your concern. I shake my head quickly. No, I appreciate your concern. You are a fierce and dedicated protector, Lady Maja. This castle, this city, is safer for your talent and devotion. Please never apologise for that. Yeah, she's a powerful woman that she should never apologise for being, because powerful women are amazing. Maja smiles and looks away, her long lashes dipped low on her face. I realise they are dusted with just the barest hint of gold. Nice. She's got nice golden lashes. We love to see it. It's a moment before she speaks. My thanks, Sarah. Maja catches my eye and smiles, chin in hand. For a moment she seems to appraise me, and I let her. She somehow doesn't make it feel uncomfortable, like she won't ever find me wanting. Before she can speak, however, I hear footsteps behind me. Exactly, true, we love a powerful woman, indeed. Oh. I look over my shoulder to see a familiar well-dressed gentleman rounding a couple of bushes. There's a raven perched on his arm and he looks disgruntled. For a moment I almost think he's 70. 70? But no, as Nazir gets closer I realise the raven is too angular and shiny. It's mechanical. Its golden beak gleams coldly in the sunlight. Strange, but the same metal on Maja adds to her warm glow, and on his pet it is anything but. Nazir looks up from the piece of paper he's been reading. He stares at me for a moment, looking absolutely unsurprised. So somehow he knew that I would just be here. Have we talked to Nazir before? Have I given him a voice before? I don't know. Did I? Maybe in the first episode and then he like never came around again. Okay, we'll give him a voice. You're hiding so well from aristocrats looking to shit in your tea for the jousting results yesterday that I'm tempted to ask your assistance in teaching my courier's night steelboat. This is how this guy's gonna sound. Oh yeah, it's her brother, so it would make sense. I gave him the correct kind of accent. Correct. Brother, must you make every compliment sound backhanded? You've always been the better one at saying things to make others feel appreciated, dear sister. Nazir gives the seat I'm in a pointed look. As much as I want to tell him that there's another chair to Maja's left, it's clear he wants me gone. Oh, so we're sitting in his seat. He's like, that's my seat. And he is the royal spy master, if rumours are to be believed. Not to mention Maja's brother. I was going to say make him sound like Maja's, they're related. Yes, so I made the right choice. Reluctantly, I begin to get up. Maja's hand lands on my arm. She's like, grabbing my arm. Obviously not as like brutal as that. She'd probably just like try and gently like grab my arm. Oh, codex entry unlocked. You must have left your manners at the breakfast table to come and dismiss my guests so atrociously, Nazir. Please, make haste to retrieve them if you would take their place. The silence that follows is frosty and awkward. Yee. I'm just like, it's me in the middle. I stay frozen in place because Maja and Nazir are looking at each other like that. And unfortunately, since I'm in the middle, any movement I make will instantly draw attention to them. From them, even. I'm still half out of the chair, my muscles are beginning to tire. I can't hold on like this. I'm like waiting, waiting for them to say something. Nazir sighs sharply and bows. My apologies, Knight Steelboat. I was unreasonably rude to you. Apologies accepted. Even if they aren't, I better get out of here before this devolves any further. Clearing my throat, I straighten and salute them. Nazir smirks. You are a polite one. I'm glad yesterday's victory went to someone deserving. Maja, I'm sorry about interrupting your breakfast, but we need to talk. Maja shoots me a reassuring and apologetic smile. I'm sorry for the interruption as well, Sarah. I will see you later. Anytime you wish, my lady. Hell yeah, we'll be there at the call of a bell. Like, she just needs to, like, do something and I'll be, like, right there. You can bet that. Maja nods. Nazir slides into the seat I had and stares at me. Shaking my head, I take my leave. But not fast enough to miss the last few words. Anytime, huh? Oh, hush. No, he knows. I'm gonna save, because we're in a new place. Oh, no, it's return. The library is quiet. Oh, despite... I'm gonna take a drink because, you know, we've been talking. Oh, yeah. Despite its apparent vacancy, the rows of books that I browse are completely free of dust. Someone has been thumbing these books just as much as I wanted to. So, yeah. Nothing seems too out of place, but judging from how some volumes jut out more than others, I would guess they saw recent use. That's excellent deduction. Well done. So many titles on how not to get assassinated, by different authors even, and so boldly displayed near the door. Wow, do you think this is like this must be a common problem if they have so many books on how not to get assassinated in the bloody library? Shake my head and move further in. Surely there's something about the gods and worship practices here. You weren't who I was expecting to find. I nearly jump out of my skin. Lucian, a few steps away by a window, only chuckles. Lucian! They are here! The demon arches an eyebrow. Yeah, do you enjoy scaring people? I shake my head, hoping they haven't seen me going straight for my weapon. At least I managed not to have pulled it out altogether. Do you enjoy scaring people? You nearly gave me a fright. Me giving the esteemed Knight of Vithris a fright? Oh, now you're just tempting my ego. Lucian's laugh is low and smooth, the timbre of it feeling as though it's reverberating in my chest, yet it's not patronising. That's the strange quality of their amusement. They can laugh and I will never feel like they mean it as an insult. That is fair. Well then, what are you looking for? Something on the gods of this land, probably? I scratch my head. When it comes to the exact nature of what I'm looking for... Honestly, I didn't think this far ahead. Yeah, we're just gonna go to the library and like wing it and just have a look in the books. A glossary? Surely there's a record somewhere of Errant's deities with a neat 2-paragraph description next to each name? Fingers crossed. Lucian laughs, this time sounding straight up amused. I shoot them a look. We don't teach this stuff in Knight Academy or to squires, you know. Rest assured I'm not laughing at you. In fact, perish the thought. But rather, the nature of your search is amusing. You know that gods can arise from fervent belief like any well-loved rumour that others take for truth, yes? Not really. I just said to you that they don't explain this to us in night school. So, the most we got is probably how to stab someone. That's probably like the best that I got in night school. And that and probably how to salute properly. I can't imagine just faith would be enough to make a god, but Lucian seems like they're going somewhere with this, so I wait for them. The demon looks me in the eye and their mouth twitches again. What I meant is that there's no exhaustive record. Even as people write down the discoveries, new ones are being made. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Welcome in. We're playing Errant Kingdom and I'm having a time. So, therefore, they shake a purple finger at me, the claw just barely missing my nose. If they tap it and wink, I wouldn't be shocked, though I'm glad they refrain. Please boot my snoot! Please! Please! Narrow your question. Be specific. Now you're sounding like my old librarian. Demons... Sorry, I thought that was like a separate thing. Demons and librarians do both share a love for bright, questioning minds indeed. I'll take it as a compliment. Do you have a clever response for everything anyone might say, Lucian, or is it simply me that you somehow got to know too well? Yes. I mean, yeah, I was expecting him to go, yeah. Yes. Like, that smart could drive saints to murder. Yes, well, I hesitate. Should I tell Lucian about what I saw in the forest? I mean, at this point, we're gonna tell absolutely everyone that we talk to about what's happened in the forest, so everyone's gonna know about it sooner or later. Like, next we'll be going to, what's his name, Knight Eric or whatever, and being like, Eric, oh my god, you'll never guess what happened to me in the forest last night. So we might as well just tell them. We might as well just tell them. Livia Major Matters, of course, is my commander in the Royal Archmage, but this? Then again, they might find out anyway. But Lucian has already tilted their head, eyebrow arched in what I'm shamefully relieved to recognise as understanding. Seems whatever you're after requires discretion. They straighten to their full height and tap a golden claw to their chin thoughtfully, then move back to the desk I saw them next to when I first stepped in. Immediately I understand why. That particular corner is completely hidden from both the door and the closest window. I was about to say closet window, and that would be absolutely insane. Nobody who happens to enter or look in could easily see we're here. So it's like a secret corner where you want to have secret conversations. Why, Lucian? It feels almost like you're hiding. I like my privacy when I'm thinking. As you do, I'm sure. Well, let's hear it. What is the Knight of Vithris so startled because of an interruption? There's no chair around the table inconveniently enough, so I lean on it next to Lucian and cross my arms. I know I'm making them wait as I put my thoughts together, but after the teasing, I think they ought to put up with this much. Yeah, they can afford me a little bit to organise my thoughts. I think I might have encountered some kind of, cultist activity. I feel like a broken repeat me spell by this point, but That's a good one, instead of a broken record. Broken repeat me spell. I've been reassured several times that there's nothing more I can do about it, but it piqued my curiosity. It's a realization, I suppose, how little I know of this land and her history, aside from what was taught to me, which wasn't much. I don't like it not knowing, so I thought perhaps I would find something here. An admirable, proactive approach. Lucian scrapes their golden claw on the table thoughtfully, and I watch them. There's not much I can see, the way their dark lashes so completely conceal their gaze, but... Alright. You've surely been here for a long time, Lucian. What do you know about this land? Too much, but not enough. This is an old place, Sarah. Its entire history isn't something even the gods remember. You're withholding on purpose, with all due respect. Tell me the entire truth, or perhaps learn how to better ask for the opponent's cards while concealing your own. Either will work. I frown at them. There's not much to tell. I didn't even see the perpetrators, but it couldn't have been natural from the way that the forest reacted to their presence. It was as though it didn't want them to be there. What on earth could have caused such? The window swings open. Hey. Raiden pokes his head. Raiden. I'm gonna call him Raiden. I think I gave this dude an American accent, so excuse me. Am I interrupting something? If I said yes, would you go away? Raiden laughs and swings his feet inside. It's almost eerie how quietly he moves, even as he does it right before my eyes. Of course not. Got a reputation to keep here, your knightliness. He walks into a sweeping, mocking bow, then jumps to his feet with a grin. I glance at the door. Did I remember to lock it? I don't think we did. I think we just kind of walked in and then, like, that was it. Don't worry yourself, Sarah. If the little snake gets himself caught, it would be entirely his intention. Feeling generous tonight with your compliments? Lucian's eyelashes dip. If I want to intervene, now would be the time. This conversation has to stay on track after all. So now, Raiden, I'm so sorry. Raiden's gonna now figure out what we're actually doing. Like, this is absolutely insane. Everyone and their nan's gonna know what we're all about, and it's supposed to be secret. Was it you causing the commotion at the chapel earlier, Rai? Oh, nicknames. Nicknames. Raiden gives me a curious look, then gasps in mock offense. Who do you think I am? A Hellion. Lucian laughs while Raiden pouts, but a moment later he shrugs and grins, utterly unrepentant as usual. Fair. Wasn't me though. Wondering if it's that bloke. It's so weird to say bloke in an American accent. Which bloke? Raiden waves a hand quickly. Just a guy. Nobody for you to worry about. And I promise the person's harmless. Which bloke? Is he talking about Knight Eric, maybe? Could be Knight Eric. Maybe. Hey, calm down. It's okay. The only one who's any real potential danger is me, and I've got permission to be here, remember? Anyone else that Knight Commander's sure to catch them and break their back over her knee like a twig. I absolutely believe that. She could, like, snap me in two. It's, like, insane. And honestly, if they're full enough to get caught, probably better that way. I look to Lucian, who's rapping their fingers on the desk patiently. Weren't we discussing something else before this interruption? Hey now, I made the appointment first, I thought. He comes right up and leans on the table next to me so that I'm trapped between him and the demon. His grin's wicked. Oh no, we're trapped between two people. Oh no. You're shameless. And the sky's blue. Pigs only fly when something's really wrong, and so on. What are you two doing? Did you hear anything questionable going on in town that's related to mages and rituals being performed in the woods outside of town? Raiden cocks his head in confusion, then frowns. A moment later, he shakes his head slowly. Nah, if there is, it's got nothing to do with the guild. But I did see something freaky outside of town last night. He looks at me with renewed suspicion. Oh, fun. Wasn't you, was it? I saw it too, so yes. Well, I'm telling you, it's bad news, and the farther we stay away from that, the farther we stay from that stuff, the better. I was adding in my own words there. Who knows? They might even do to you what they did to me. Fantastic. Raiden points at his white locks and winks. It's my job to care. I frown at Raiden. It's my job to care. Yeah, you know knights always say that, and then something bad happens and you throw the most convenient scapegoat out of the castle. Lucian's hand on my arm stops me from saying more. They shake their head when I look at them, and with a sigh, I let it go. Maybe I should go back to the forest. Why would you? What if you get kidnapped by the Fays or something? That's a possibility, but I tried to shrug it off. Rue would rescue me, no? Oh yeah. Sorry. Bloody eye. No, I'm not flirting with anyone else in this game, okay? Masha is my one and true love. Therefore, we will be flirting with her and her alone. Maybe Livia will send a search party. Oh my god, while my eyes decide to deteriorate as we speak. Oh my goodness. Give me two minutes to sort my eyes. Okay, I am back. My eyes have now fixed themselves, if that's a thing. Yeah, they just get that way sometimes. I'm so sorry. Me having to talk. I'm not used to it. Maybe if I'm missing long enough, Livia will send a search party. You serious? She'll tear you apart when she does find you. At that point, I'd just stay wherever you are. Well, that's fair enough. Lydia probably would tear us in half. And clear my throat. Regardless. Why are you so worried anyway? It's true, why am I so worried about it? People here who know better than me have told me repeatedly that it's fine, it's nothing unusual. Yet I can't shake the memory of last night. There's something in the trees howling, and the way things happened stick to me like cobwebs. Stick to me. Stick to me like caramel. Yeah, that's a Sleep Token song if you haven't cropped the t-shirt yet. So yeah. I can't shake it, there we go. I want to retrace my steps there, go past that tree line, deep into the woods following the sound of footsteps, and deeper find the answer. We need to know what's happening, what's going on. Sarah? I shake myself out of this stupor. There's a hand on my shoulder. It's Lucian's. You're looking at me with a raised eyebrow and something like concern. I'm fine. I don't think you are. No, honestly, I don't know what I am. But I need to see. I push myself off the table, wait until the world is steady again. So we obviously got up and we're like, whoa, got up too fast. Then something crosses my mind. Eric, he doesn't know about what happened last night so close to his cabin, does he? The man chops wood. What if... Oh my god, so now we're gonna go tell Eric. This is great, just get a town crier, why not, and tell the town crier to just say that we're looking for whatever the hell happened in the woods last night. I better go. Right, well... Sorry, Ryden's voice drips with concern and skepticism, but he slaps my back twice, hard, and it kind of does help me feel steadier. Take care, and don't overdo it. You're telling me not to overdo it? Hey, hey, do as I say, not as I do. Look at those finger guns. The finger guns. You're the one who should behave. Promise to be on my best behaviour. I somehow doubt that, but with Lucian boring holes in the back of my skull with their eyes, staying too long doesn't feel possible, so I shake off the fog as much as I can and take my leave. Eric. I have to find him. Woohoo! We're at Eric's cabin, or should I say, we're at Eric's cabin. Last time we were here, he was chopping wood shirtless, and I was like, oh god, no. Like, no one needed to see that. Like, why do you always have to chop wood shirtless? Like, at least put, like, on a, I don't know, a muscle shirt or something like that, or like a vest top or whatever it is people wear to chop wood. It must mean something that I could find my way back to Eric's cabin with so little trouble, but I don't have the mentality to contemplate that right now. Yeah, Eric's not special, leave it alone. I linger at the edge of the clearing, suddenly unsure whether it's a good idea to be here. Then Eric comes around the house. Oh, good. He's here. He notices me instantly. I can see his frown from across the clearing. Well, there's no point in hiding now. I hitch my pack over my shoulder. I've come prepared just in case, and hurry over. You're dressed for an outing. And you're dressed for an emergency. He looks me over, his frown deepening in what I belatedly realise isn't irritation, but worry. Yes, I didn't know if you would be alright, so I wanted to leave. Nothing to chance. Eric squints at me, then shakes his head. Break right quick, please. Okay, I will quickly go on a break. I will be back. 2 ticks. Give me 2 ticks. Hello, I am back. I am back. I am back. We are talking to Eric, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to go through this with him just now. I can't remember if I said this, but Eric squints at me, then shakes his head. Whoa, alright, back up some. What do you mean, if I would be alright? Does he not actually remember? Took you back to your cabin. Let's see. I found you drunk. I count off his little list of sins on my fingers. Wandering around town after dark, so I took you back to your cabin, and... Another finger. Eric's face is beginning to resemble a tomato, but I'm past the point of caring. Then you passed out. I made sure you were comfortable, and then left, and now I'm here to make sure you're actually alright. You don't have to do that. You think I'm some sort of helpless old man? Well, I mean, you kind of look like it. No, Eric. I know that you're a man who lives by himself outside of town, that the people who check up on you aren't always going to be able to, and I saw you last. So it was my responsibility. It's only right. Eric's frown deepens. I let him sort whatever he's feeling out, but as the seconds pass, even I start to feel impatient. Say something! There's something else. Have you seen anything strange in the woods this morning? Eric purses his lips, face darkening. Fortunately, he seems to actually be thinking about it instead of thinking whether I have something to do with it. Went out to grab some firewood and check my traps this morning. Nothing seemed out of place. Why? So I tell him about what I saw. Eric's face softens a fraction at the mention of Rue, then his eyebrows start climbing at the rest of the tale. He doesn't look at all alarmed, at least, though by this point I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not. I leave out the part about the strange compulsion to return here for now. Far away from town, now that I'm here, I'm starting to think it's my mind playing tricks on me too. That wasn't the most unusual thing I've heard. Eric rubs his face and curses. But that will only make today's business riskier than it's worth. Damn those bastards. Cultists or mages or whatever they are. What business? Mercenary business. A demon's been sighted somewhere close by. They want it gone before it starts eating more than livestock, or worse, starts calling its friends. That's close to the capital? Isn't that our job, I want to say? The City Watch's job, or the Royal Knights? Sure, before my time as a commander, small fries like this would be used as hazing for newly appointed knights, guaranteeing that they either fail, or die trying to make it. Leave it alone long enough and it might just be another case. Not that Livia would let them, I'm sure, so I'm getting ahead of the consequences. Besides, I need something to pay my tavern tab with. Somehow it slipped my mind somewhat that Eric has taken up work as a mercenary. Yeah, I mean, he does so many different things, like he's mainly a drunkard, so yeah, I didn't, yeah. But a demon? I have the momentary hilarious but also frightening mental image of Lucian in the bushes, daintily wiping animal blood from their mouth with a handkerchief. As you can see, I'm alright. Not gotten by cultists, hated by trees or anything like that. There's a smirk curling at the corner of Eric's mouth, and I decide I might hate this man a little. Yeah, like we didn't already hate him, you know? Like we're just now realizing that we hate Eric. So go home. I'll see you later. I made it all the way out here. Wouldn't you at least accept the potions and balms I brought along? I have things. Fine, I'll use them on Maja instead. Eric considers this. I mean that I'm coming with you, Eric. Do we have to? Like, can he not just, like, do it himself? You know? Eric snatches it back like he just discovered I can bite. It's almost funny. I definitely did not ask you to do that. That's why I'm saying I'll come with. I don't doubt your skills or your capabilities, Eric, but I'm going to be looking around here for clues of what happened last night anyway. I don't know that much about the details, but I'm sure magic affects demons and their temperament or strength. It's better that you have a partner. Besides, even if you decline, Maja is best, girl. Like, I just want to be around Maja like 24/7. Like, this is it. Besides, even if you decline, you'll be tripping over me in the bushes before then. Eric scrunches up his nose in distaste, but I hold my ground and stare at him. Solid half-minute passes. Then Eric throws his hands up, exasperated. Yes, I win. I won. Fine, fine, let's go. Thanks. I try not to be too smug. You're welcome. Ooh, we be in the woods. Eric isn't a chatty partner. I don't think I should interrupt him though. He presses ahead with the confidence of someone who knows the terrain well, and I know nothing at all. I'm having to rely on him for both direction and instructions. Not the best feeling. Still, this is just too much. What do we know about our mark? That it's big, but probably not that strong, and that it's been eating livestock. There's some farmsteads out this way. You ever visited them? No. I haven't gone outside of town much now that I think about it. Just to Eric's cabin and no further. I have no business being out there after all, and days off duty are few and far between. Yeah, we are a workhorse in the nights, like, I don't know if I could do it, being a night, having to work all that. I don't know. Woo! This talking's not good for me, folk. I'm used to Katie doing all the talking. A shame. Their owners are great people. When I was younger, I would take Livia to some of these and let her see the ponies. Oh, ponies. Livia likes ponies? Eric turns and smirks over his shoulder. I'm not going to give you that information. You'll have to ask her yourself. Ah, right. Me asking Livia whether she likes ponies? She might just whip me like one. Pause. Demon's been making its way from east to west. It might have a destination in mind and is just eating to keep itself sustained. So it actually ate the cattle rather than just tearing them apart for fun? Eric scratches his beard thoughtfully. Is it a beard or is it more 5 o'clock shadow? I mean, would you say it's probably a bit more of a beard as you go down, I would say. Yeah, this is probably the most words I've gotten out of him in one go without the aid of alcohol. And honestly, it's nice. It ate the heart, which is what demons do after frightening their victims to death. Strange that it's only eaten animals and not people, but I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. You're so knowledgeable. Yeah, right. Did they teach this in night school? This is a lot of information I've never heard before. Did they teach us in night school and I just slept through it? That's unlikely. Usually when you suspect demonic foul play, you call the mages. Thought about hiring one out actually, but none of them were free in town this week. Now that I think about it, your cultist curiosity. Eric stops. I hear it too. A hissing in the trees that has nothing to do with the breezes. All is still. Eric draws his sword and I follow suit. We take up position at each other's backs like it's natural, like it's something we've always done. And the fluid cooperation gives me a confidence boost. Does it now? I wouldn't be confident being around Eric, having to protect me. I prefer Livia to be here on my back. So I see it first, large seething red eyes peering out from behind the branches of a nearby tree. I love that we're in like almost in the throes of combat right now and the music's just still like la 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 la. Like, oh yeah, it's nothing to worry about, man. Like, you're gonna get torn apart, but like have a little like bedtime tune to like help you around. The tree itself shudders at whatever's hiding inside, leaps off onto another. Game, you can't make me fall for Eric. Exactly, like it's just not happening. Like, we're not gonna fall for Eric. Like, I swear, like, out of everyone, he's probably on the bottom of my list that I would, like, try and romance, you know? It's a fast one. Okay. It's not attacking. And it's not. It's running away from us, rather, and at inhuman speed. We rush to catch up, but I only vaguely see something on 4 gangly legs with bristling black fur and horns scampering on the ground before it's out of sight. Eric grabs my arm and shakes my head. Shakes his head even. Grabs my arm and he's shaking my head. No use rushing after something that's obviously going to outrun us. He kneels down on the forest floor and brushes away some dry leaves, revealing the scorched tracks our quarry left behind. I join him on the ground, squinting. Yes, it's definitely a footprint. At least it's not that large. You know, because, you know, if it was bigger, then I would be worried. That's the thing about demons. The smaller they are, the worse they get. Oh good, so you want it to be big. Great. I'm sure Lucian would resent that. Eric shoots me a wry look. Or take it as a compliment. Come on, let's cut it off. There's one more farm in that direction. He sheathes his sword and, after a moment of consideration, holds his hand out to me. Eric, I am absolutely not going to be taking your hand to either get up off the ground or come with you to the farm. I'm more capable for myself. Oh, no! Don't take his hand. We can get up on our own. We are a capable knight. I take it and he pulls me to my feet. Please don't say I stumble and fall into his chest, please. Bugger this. Come on, game. Starting to feel glad I came along. Don't rub it in, Sarah. We head off. Damn. Damn. Yeah, I have a lot of slots. So many slots. Why do demons have to run so fast? It's nighttime now and I'm out of breath and my legs are aching, sorry. I'll be like, why do demons need to run that fast? Eric isn't faring much better as a small comfort. He's flushed from exertion and his breathing comes faster than usual, but his face is grim and his jaw is set. He doesn't answer me, looking at the trees around us instead. In the light of the lantern I'm holding, I can see what he's looking at. More scorch marks. Never mind that. Where the hells are we? Ruins of the old kingdom, they say, but a history lesson will have to wait. There's an old kingdom? Eric gives me a look and takes a lantern from me. He hands me the crossbow he's just assembled from a holster on his belt instead. Where are you keeping this crossbow? Because it's not in plain sight, so it didn't come from your belt. That's all I'm saying. Tell me you're at least decent at aiming. You want the truth or an answer for comfort? Because I am more martially trained than rangerly trained. Eric's mouth twitches. He grabs the crossbow back and gives me the lantern again. I didn't say my aim was terrible. I'll take my chances later. Don't separate from me. You've got my back. It's not a question. I nod. I can't help but look around, wondering if there will be a cultist or their torches popping up from behind the crumbling walls. What would they even look like? I don't know. Probably wearing some robes. I don't know. Here it comes. He said that so fine. He's like, oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. There's a quiet thud of something heavy hitting grass over the nearest broken wall. Yeah, I thought that was a full sentence. There's something heavy hitting grass over the nearest broken wall. I can hear growling and something swishing on the grass. Tail? Question mark? This is going to be bad, isn't it? Eric doesn't answer. He ducks behind the wall and I hear the sound of his crossbow firing. A pained howl rips through the air. I swing over the wall, draw my blade, and slash down just in time to avoid a wild-haired, bloodshot-eyed thing from ripping into my neck. Jesus Christ, we almost got decimated. The thing crumbles to the ground, writhing, crimson teeth bared. It howls in both pain and anguish and something much, much, much too close to betrayal. Sarah! There's a hand on my arm. Right. This is a hunt. It's hard to see its head, but I don't hesitate with my final blow, and when my blade slides through hair and smoke and sinew, the woods mercifully fall silent. I stand there for a moment, staring at the now smoking remnants of what once was a demon with its hellish appearance, long bloody claws, and those eyes. As its form dissolves completely, all that it leaves behind are charred, misshapen but vaguely human bones and a large dented brooch with some kind of red gem. I always forget that's how brooch is spelled. I always expected to look differently, but yes, some sort of brooch. Eric moves to stand in front of me, blocking my view. Man, it's my kill. I won. I beheaded the damn thing. Like, you don't have to stand in front. He touches my shoulder and his worried, frowning face fills up my vision. There. I shake myself out of my stupor. Sorry. I'm not hurt. Good. I feel him push me away, but it's not that. He's moving me away from the mess. Bodily. The mess? Bodily. He's moving me away from the mess, bodily, still keeping his body in my view to block my sight from the skeleton. Okay, that was too many bodies in one sentence for me. It tickles me suddenly how funny that is. I don't need coddling either, Eric. Like, I've seen Skull and Bones before. Like, I'm not like some helpless person. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, He lets go like he finally caught himself. I appreciate it. That was disturbing. It's remarkably human-like. He's moving me away from the mess bodily. Still keeping it up. That's how you say that sentence. There was too many bodies in the sentence for my liking. That's how you say it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm like. Now you understand why they liken the worst of humans to demons. Eric walks back to the mess and draws his sword. I watch him carefully draw the brooch out and wrap it up. You did excellently for our first encounter. Most piss themselves or throw their sword at the thing and book it. Which one did you do? I'm guessing you pissed yourself, because you were probably drunk at the time, so... Eric snorts loudly. Derisive as it is, I welcome how it breaks the forest's silence. I swore so loud the bastard turned to me instead and charged, and then I threw my spear at him, which bounced off, and then we had a fist fight because I couldn't get my sword out in time. Stay with the order long enough and you're bound to deal with some things you never realized is anyone's job to deal with. No signs of magical disturbance. Looks like your suspicious friends either didn't go this way, or... I no longer hear him. That could be you laughing at anything, bestie, and I agree. No, I know he's talking, I can hear him, but the words aren't processing. The tiny, calm corner in my mind asks, delayed shock reaction. What the fuck just happened? Oh, okay. But that isn't it. Something feels unsteady. Not me, but the ground itself. Turn around. Turn around, bright eyes. In my mind's eye, I see the far-off glow of torches again, moving through the trees, deeper into the forest. Deeper. You see that? You like that? Is that menacing enough for you? Turn around. I'm laughing that I need to keep... What the hell just happened to my jaw just then? I grinded my teeth while talking. I'm laughing that I need to keep coming in to help you read. Bestie, it's hard to read sometimes. You know it wasn't menacing. Thanks. Also, I've just got this really acidic taste in my mouth. I am really sorry, folks. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you people get that, but I get it sometimes where it's just... I don't know, there's sort of... just something here and it's like really acidic and like... ugh. Yeah. My apologies, I'm going through all the things tonight. Turn around. Deeper. Follow the torchlights upon the old path. Turn around. You see how menacing this is? Hey yo, look at this. Were these lights here before? Have I just missed something? No, I don't think they were here before, were they? Blackened, menacing trees rising into a sickly green sky. Oh yeah, the forest is like changed. Yeah, well. Lights wink down at me, illuminating a path I don't want to take. Their glow not artificial, but natural in a way that frightens instead of comforts. Eric is gone. Great. No one is here. Great. I feel the certainty of the truth like a shiver under my skin. I am alone. Great. We're not round with Eric anymore. end of part 2! End of part 2. I didn't think I would finish part 2 like this. End of part 2. We have done it. Oh, yeah, straight into part 3. Yeah, we'll go into straight into part 3. I was going to take a break, but I've already taken 2 breaks so far, so yeah, we'll give it time. For a very long moment, I'm convinced that I'm dreaming. Let's save it though, because we're at part 3 now. Yay, end of part 2, yay! The blackened trees rise above my head into a sickly greenish miasma that I can't see past. The lanterns on their trunks frighten more than illuminate. We literally just said this at the end of part 2. But I suppose that, like, people might take breaks between parts, so they're like, maybe. I feel sick, not with terror exactly, but with the visceral, inescapable feeling that this isn't right. Something ain't right. You've been acting funny lately. Just like the forest. It's been acting funny lately. That I'm not meant to be here. I feel like we're probably not meant to be here either. I think it's meant for, like, the cultists only, and I've just, like, trespassed, you know? I close my eyes. The darkness afforded to me is only passingly comforting, and when I open them again, I'm still here. Eric, don't shout for that useless man. He's not going to do anything. We don't need him. Silence. I look around. Of course he's not there. No one is here except for me. That, too, I know instinctively. Now the terror sets in. Oh, great. I take a breath, and another, and another, and another, until my spinning head and thundering heart are more under control. This is no time to lose our minds, Sarah, or at least any more than what's already happening. Remember your training. Remember your night training. We have to steel ourselves. We have to... in the face of adversity. That also looks constipated, but you know, it's night training. You have to look constipated to be ready. There's a path through the trees. I see it now, snaking its way ahead into the green haze. My stomach churns at the mere thought of following it, but... I mean, do we really have any other choice? We're kind of stuck here. I look at the weapon in my hand. It's still tainted with the demon's ashes and fur. It weighs heavy in my palm. It won't do me any good here apart from be just another burden to carry. I am sorry. Wait. No. A knight would never think that. My life depends on my weapon. Why would I ever think of abandoning it? Abandoning it? You know yourself. Good. Thought alone sends chills down my spine because, though that's all it is, a thought that makes no sound, nothing I can perceive with my ears. Oh my god, I need to sneeze. But the way it sits in my mind feels foreign. Hello? Silence. My heart rate is spiking again and I brandish my blade with a scowl. My scowl. It might be useless here for all I know, but I'm not about to take any chances. Then I see it. A shadow in the haze. Jesus Christ! Oh my god, look at this guy. Look at this guy, or this person, whoever this thing is. I hear the rattling of the lantern that's attached to the staff it carries. I can also make out the vaguely humanoid shape, shrouded in cloak and feathers. The creature is too far away for me to make out any more details, but when it raises its hooded head to regard me, I have the distinct feeling that there is no face beneath. That's wild, like it's a faceless entity, like that's mad. No face I can comprehend anyway. I glower at the distant figure and it rattles its lantern at me as though it's chastising me for my thought. Chastising me. Chastising? That word there for my thought. I'm sure it's chastising. Chastising. I think it's chastising. It remains quiet, resting the staff upon its feathered shoulder, and then the figure spirit turns and walks away. I watch Sally getting dimmer and dimmer. That's what I said! Chastising. I know it's chastising. It looked as if it needed more letters in there. Chastising. It looked like it needed more letters in there, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. I watched that light getting dimmer and dimmer for a long moment before making my decision. Not that there seems to be much of a choice, and I start to follow. Great. The path I take feels eerily familiar. Hello? I can't quite place why until the trees finally give way to stone. The fractured road winds beyond fragments of what must have been a proper gate once. Everything about this fills me with dread. Dread and a nagging thought that I've been here before. The otherworldly guide's lantern glow remains a fixed distance away, much to my chagrin. That's Katie's favourite word, chagrin. But my strength doesn't dare to wane. Then the creature pauses, its crest of raven feathers rustling. I stop a short distance away, my hand twitching, ready to draw my weapon at a moment's notice. Who are you? The voluminous head moves. God. That long-fingered, monstrous hand rattles the lantern staff, then swings it to rest on a feathered shoulder. The mysterious being salutes and bows. The gesture is so surprising I almost bow right back in some kind of deeply ingrained natural reaction. I feel a pang of alien amusement, not my own. Irritating. What the hell happened here? Where is everyone? What have you done to Novus? The creature tilts its hooded head back, then turns away. The silent type, I see. Shit. Hey, wait! I don't know who this is. Waste not your breath, the guide's work is done. I turn. Suddenly an armoured newcomer towers over me. I don't know how they managed to get so close without me hearing the rattling of their heavy breastplate, but I have to take 2 steps back to fully perceive the breadth of their figure. Wow. In one hand they hold a spear banner, the beautiful livery of Novus cascading from its tip. The other rests on the sheathed sword at their hip in a way that reminds me, with a pang of sudden homesickness, of Livia. Damn, we're thinking about Livia in this moment in time. Why aren't we thinking of Maja? Like, come on, folks. The grey-skinned being beneath the helmet smiles. I don't know what accent to give this person. I don't know, like, what kind of gender we're going for here. I don't know. What do we think? I have no idea. It pleases me to see you recognize my form and that of my champions. What? Even if she will never know it, but such is the joy of favoring mortals. Those who are favored have no need for our care. The giant figure rests their spear banner on their shoulder and steps past me, and earth trembles beneath their iron feet. They lumber up the stone steps towards the castle gates, taking them 3 at a time. Jesus. And it's a miracle they don't crumble under their heels. Who are you? My voice sounds out of body, far away. Who are you? You do not recognize me? They turn and tilt their head. Yeah, I'll just use my own wee voice, but a bit different. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this, so... They turn and tilt their head. I have the feeling they're looking directly at me now, and it takes every single ounce of resolve in my body not to shrink away from that invisible gaze. I can practically feel the intensity of their attention like a terrible brand. Good. It is proof that you are beyond our influence, and thus, the Union's. They tap the butt of their spear on the ground, sending a tremble through the earth and clearing away the accumulating dust that rustles my clothes. I'm brand new! Oh, look at me, I'm brand new! I am... Canidros, I think? I'm going to go with Canidros. Yeah, I'm going to say it all in one. Oh, okay, the Alabaster Maiden, she who presides. Under my gaze, justice is named, defended, and exacted. Okay. What a name! What a name! We love that. We have to make her, like, regal now. We have to make her regal. And you, Sarah and you! She turned into Cheryl Cole. And you, Sarah Steelboat. No, we're not gonna make her like Geordie. And you, Sarah Steelboat, now walk among the vision of a future that I Of a future that I labour to salvage. Is that sentence correct? I have no idea. I have no... Or is it meant to be one that I have laboured to salvage? I have no idea. But okay, we're rolling with it. Posh Geordie. Oh, yes. Cheryl, what you doing in me castle? I look at my surroundings, at the cracked streets and sundered walls. I know, right? That sentence was insane. I don't know if it was like, I don't know. There's no distinct smell, but I can almost imagine the stench of dust and the forlorn stillness if this was all real. Of which I'm now aware that it very much isn't, considering we're seeing some sort of goddess or some sort of matron or something. Rather bleak, this vision of yours. Kanai just doesn't move, but if she had pinched the bridge of her nose and sighed, I think even then I wouldn't understand her reaction any more keenly. It's unsettling. That it is. That it is. I feel like I'm keep going between Geordie and like something else. Hence my insistence that it does not come to pass. A moment passes in silence, tensely for me, contemplatively for this proclaimed goddess. Then Kanai just turns her head from side to side like she's trying to look at me from under her helm with one eye at a time. She's like that, maybe. I have a feeling she may not even have a full human face underneath. You still stand. Good. I really don't know what this accent is. Were you waiting for me to faint? Yes. Yes I was, pet. Are you okay? I can get you to the ambulance. But I'm too busy. It might have been funny at any other time how deadpan she sounds about it, but I can't even summon a whiff of mirth right now. Try as we might, beings like, oh, stop that. It's stupefy mortals to try to deny our existence. Can you imagine it for the Posh Geordie? Whoa. This woman has so many different accents, you never know what one's going to come out her mouth. Yet you are sound of mind still, very impressive indeed. Kanai just gestures around us with a hand. This is more than a vision of what is to come. This is also a memory. I really don't know what's happening here. Ours is ancient soil, no less than the sun-drenched land you hail from, traveller. Land, a bit of land? Mortals have warred, loved, and perished upon this earth, while the Fae dance their endless, uncaring cycles around the seasons. They have built kingdoms, and they have let them fall. So many times I have watched it happen, and now, once more, I see the first signs of another decline. A chill runs down my spine. But how can that be? Novus is strong. Yeah, we love the free float. Maybe you know she's been around the block a little bit, been to different places, so you can never tell what kind of accent she's got. So, Novus is strong, its people prosperous. The crown holds the land and all of its lords under their rule. Mortals have a saying that they are quite fond of. The iron fist, the iron grip. Our favoured souls, that splendid crown, the thin jewels of this land who have chosen one another and share in the sacred duty of their kingdom's peace. They certainly have that iron grip. Yet shackles are cast from iron. Chains. Guillotines. Kanai just suddenly bends down to one knee. At first I think she's just getting a closer look at me, but as I take a few involuntary steps back, I realise... Whoa! Yo! What's just what is happening? Are you okay? Her polished breastplate groans. Oh my god, she's been shot! Okay, there's 2 arrows right there, that's fine. Her skin turns as grey as funeral ash, arrows sprouting from her back, piercing through the steel and into her godly, immortal body. Damn! She bleeds ambrosia gold. Wee bit of ambrosia custard, or is it rice pudding? I'm kidding on, I've never had that in my life. The droplets falling as thick and as heavy as the metal itself onto the ground. With another groan, her beautiful golden helm cracks. Her sword shatters, though this last detail I only realise peripherally. I got that word. I'm transfixed by that eldritch eye under that peeks. Yes. I'm transfixed by that eldritch eye under that peeks from under her broken helm and the bone-chilling way it fixates on me. See some of these sentences, man. Her voice is no longer her own, but 100, 1,000, a muffled cacophony. I can't do, like, I don't have any, like, effects to make myself sound like many people, but the chains pull tightly around the kingdom's throat. Already it bruises and batters the good souls who truly deserve my favour. Banishment and dishonour exist where instead fair judgment is due. The Union does not agree. Novus believes they can guide mortals to partake in the eternal, that they could help you build a truly perfect kingdom, above all good and evil, above the quarrels of those with needs and desires. An ascendant society. Sorry, it took me a little to think about my words. They will fail. They cannot offer salvation to people so fundamentally different from beings like us. When she says us, does she mean like the gods, or does she mean the gods and me? Like, what's that? Man's betterment must be by his own making. Novus does not heed my counsel. Jesus, not that of my brethren's. You know, would you be intimidated by someone that can't spit out a fucking sentence? I mean, I wouldn't either. They cannot forget the horror of Last Kingdom's fall, perhaps. But in letting Novus push the kingdom to that false absolute, we risk seeing another collapse. There is no soul grown upon our soil that Novus cannot personally touch, cannot subtly influence, and so I seek a champion from beyond our land, a traveller with a sympathetic heart. Me. It's me. It's me. I'm chosen. Me. You. Jesus Christ. We dropped that bombshell on us. What the hell? Sure. It would be an honour to be a god's accomplice. I mean, who doesn't want to work with a god? It's almost laughable. If not for Canidrus's silver-bearing presence hanging like a steel anvil above me, I might laugh. Me, a god's accomplice? It's not like she's asking something small of me. You're asking me to commit treason against Novus and its patron god? Jesus. Sure. It isn't posed as a question. I'm asking you to remind Novus's crown and their patron that closing one's ears to reason and silencing the opposition is by no means justice. And that the goddess who they have entrusted it with as her domain will not stand for it. Jesus. Sure, it would be an honour. We're going to commit treason. If you'll allow me one question, though. Why do you care so much that Novus is trying to make an ascendant society? I would think that gods are quite fond of making mortals in their image. I sense Canidrus's puzzlement, then amusement. It's strange how gentle it registers that latter emotion, like she's smiling at me even though her terrible form doesn't change. The people look to gods for guidance, strength, inspiration. It is by their fervent belief, fervid as the flame, that I am given the form you see here before you. Something tangible and carved from the writhing chaos of eternity that I existed as before. As mortals place their faith in me, I place mine in them. I have borne witness to their struggles through the ages. I have seen the fruits of their attempts and the lessons they have taken from their failures. Ours is the bond of a covenant, traveller, and I will not destroy my benefactors in an act of love. Which is what I fear Novus will do if we do not stop them. She slowly straightens, her form healing and her armour mending. The arrows on her back vanish. Her sword is no longer broken. And yet, I still don't feel like that was the shifting of a glamour. No, it's as if there was a shift in perspective. Like if I walk up to her and take a close enough look, the damage will still be there. I have said what needs to be said. Now. Suddenly she stops. Then I feel it too. A shift in the air. Something not quite quantifiable but still undeniable. Before I can attempt to quantify it, the world has changed. Novus, they found us! Listen well, Sarah Steelboat. What a name. In meeting me, you have made yourself known to them. I shall place upon you an Aegis. Aegis, right? With my mark, you may walk free of their eyes, but you must. Her voice fractures. Oh, I thought something was going to happen just then. Her image comes undone at the edges, the colours in gleaming metal fading into strands of light, freeing, dissolving. It pains my eyes to watch, so I have to turn away. I step back and hope that it won't be a mistake. Her voice washes over me in a discordant, tuneless noise. I can no longer decipher her words as I feel something new turn its attention to me. Well, wait. Something gargantuan. So large and overbearing that it surely can't exist. I grasp for breath as my lungs feel like they're trying to shriveled? Okay, yeah, sure. To suffocate me. Gravity crushes me to my knees. But it's here. It's here! Right above me, all around me! Its eyeless gaze fixed upon all of me. And not like that song. As all of me. They definitely do not love us right now. Nothing it doesn't see, nothing it spares, and I know with startling clarity what it is. Nova, the Union. I can't breathe. Can't move under their crushing attention. I can't. Why do I even doubt something this powerful, this immense, this eternal could be wrong? 100 years of war we've endured, 100 years more we can avoid. I remember burning streets I've never been to. I remember people starved and begging or killing and plundering. I remember a hollow ache as mortal souls cry out for salvation, the pain that burns like 1,000 pyres, the resolve as heavy as 1,000 stars. Novoth bears down upon me, their thoughts a relentless torrent, their will absolute, asking me and making me see at the same time. I can't survive this. Gauntleted fingers close around my wrist and my shoulder burns, the searing pain terrible but bright enough that I can focus on it beyond the storm. Think, and return home, go somewhere safe. The world shakes, splintering, and Novoth roars in silent rage, bearing down again. I have to go now. I have to go. Somewhere safe. Now is the time to choose your room. Jesus. You know, we've just had this big, massive scene. Literally, Novus themselves has come down on us, and then it's like, oh, by the way, pick your romance option. Like, lol. If you plan to pursue a polyamorous pairing, please choose one of the individual characters in that pairing here. That option will come in a later chapter of the game. Save here for a convenient place to pick multiple routes. That I will. Yes! Let's do it! Let's go, Marja! Let's do it! Obviously, we're going to choose Marja. Marja. I focus all my might on the memory of her face, of her laughter, her smile and golden jewelry gleaming in the sun, of her bright blue eyes and the fragrance of fresh baked goods and tea and the love she holds for this country. Let's go, Marja! I reach for it through the storm with all my waning strength. Yes! And the world shatters like glass, and then I'm falling. We will meet again. That's sure, yeah. Novoth is there and isn't there, their presence slipping away in an echoing cry of regret and anger. At my back something burns, like a hand on my shoulder pulling me along. You will be safe. Is it my voice or a god's? I can't tell. And then it's over. My face hits a hard surface and I'm like, bah! Back to reality, everyone. Here we come. So yeah, let's do this. Cool. Let's go. I register the smell of pine wood a fraction of a second before dizzying pain explodes from point of impact. A gasp, which is a bad idea as it only sends another sharp lance of pain through the back of my head. Eee. Oh, my head. Sarah, I don't know. I'm hoping this is Marja, but yes. Warm, soft hands grasp my shoulders. I'm straightened up, spun around, and then there's the gentle kiss of blessedly cool magic washing over my face. That pain disappears quickly. The searing sting across my shoulders does not. I wince and Maja's eyes narrow sharply. Yes! My way. She's changed clothes! Has everybody changed clothes? What's going on? Is this your casual wear, Archmage? Is this what you like to wear as street clothes? Because you look very nice. That's what I'm going to say. Sarah, what's wrong? Are you hurt? Her hands cradle my face and... more healing magic? It's so much easier to breathe here. No powerful god bearing down on me and crushing me with their acknowledgement alone. I tear my eyes. I tear my eyes from Maja's face with some difficulty and try to look around. I know the change, right? Bookshelves. Stained glass windows. The smell of ink and paper. Maja? What else could it be? A goddess. Right, that's what I would... An absolute goddess is in front of us. You shouldn't be this charming with a bloodied nose, Sarah. I focus on her face and the beautiful smile that plays at the corner of her lips and could, for a moment, convince myself that I didn't just literally escape from the grasp of the god of the land. Yo! It's short-lived. Another stinging pain flares across my shoulders and I can't help the short gasp that escapes me. Well, like one of them. Instantly, Maja's eyes narrow. You're hurt. I would ask what happened, but one thing at a time. She's already pulling firmly on my sleeve, ghosting her fingers over the buttons of my shirt. This is a very nice dream. Oh, hush. Her hand is warm on my cheek, her smile too. This is what I've fought against a god and certain death to return to? It seems fitting. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. I close my eyes. The world tilts a little dangerously, but I can't help but think if it's what I came back to, then it's all worth it. Worth. We nearly died in the presence of a god, but worth. If this is what's happening right now. My dear! She doesn't call us my friend anymore! We win! Yes, the tables have turned. She finally said, my dear, it's no longer my friend. Yes. Yes. Go me. You really must let me see. I blink. Oh, yes, alright. I hastily let go of her, but Maja doesn't seem at all flustered. She's grinning instead, ear to ear, and I can't help but smile back, albeit a little incredulously. The win. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your back? Your shoulder? Which is it? It's... I suddenly remember where exactly I am and who I'm in front of. I can't... You're... Oh, yes. Masha snaps her fingers. The locks of the door to the library click shut. Good, so that we don't get any interruptions when she's having to possibly look at our scars and things. That should do it. Now, let's see. There's nothing serious, Lady Masha. You don't need to bother yourself with... Masha leans forward. Our noses don't exactly touch, but the closeness sure makes denying her impossible. It's like this, you know, like so close. Let me see, Sarah. I swallow. Maja's eyes soften. Do I look that frightened to her, I wonder? Not that there's much left of my dignity to attempt saving face now. She places her hand on my shoulder, gently. Please. All right. Pardon me, my lady. I clumsily pluck at the clasps of my cloak and try to pretend I don't see how Maja's shoulders slump in obvious relief. All the while, the invisible injury continues to burn, just enough pain to keep me from passing out, I think. It also keeps my mind distracted enough that my thoughts don't circle back to Novus' ruthless, invisible gaze and how they've nearly flattened me. Yeah, we're pretty much buggered now. So, turn around, please. I comply. As a moment of tense silence, I wonder deliriously whether Novus has somehow branded me a heretic and that's the reason why it hurts. Did I do bad by abiding myself with this other god to commit treason? Is that bad? I really don't think I had an option in the matter either, to be fair. Gods, how am I even to explain this to Maja of all people? I can only imagine the punishment handed out to apostates. The Aegis of Canidrus. Fuck, we've been branded! Oh my god. What? Beg your pardon? It's gone now, but it's unmistakable. Oh, I see. You can, like, yeah. Okay. Fingers trace my bare skin, feather light. I shiver and Maja tuts disapprovingly, though it sounds more like regret than judgment. She quickly helps me shrug my undershirt back on. She does the buttons herself this time. I watch her hands because I can't bear to look at her face, and they're impossibly steady. I mean, she's really calm, which is comforting. The fact that we're like, what the hell is happening to us? And then she's just like, yeah, it's okay, like, steady, practiced. And when she's done, she returns to using them to cup my face. May I have your full attention? Always. You've always had my full attention. Nothing else. Reluctantly, I look at her. She's worried. The deep crease in her brow makes something heavy and dreadful form in the pit of me wallet. In the pit of my stomach, but the moment it starts coalescing into guilt, Maja frowns and shakes her head. Those warm fingers on my face suddenly pinch the apple of my cheek, so it's like one of them. Hard. Ew. Ow! You are welcome. None of that fear, Sarah. You have done nothing wrong. If only she knew. I don't know if I dare tell her. Maja looks away, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. Then she clears her throat and firmly guides me to sit down in the nearest chair. I'm scared of whatever news you're about to drop on me that you think I can't stand while taking it. It's because you look awful. I mean, thanks for letting me know, love. Like, don't lie to me and be like, oh, you look grand. Like, you look like shit. Like, you know. She pauses. Although I suppose you're right, depending. Sarah? I shake my head and look up at her as best I can. I feel her hand rest on my shoulder, then on my face, and realise that I can't quite focus on her. Not even her eyes, lovely as they always are. Imagine not being able to look in their beautiful eyes. Maja's laugh is deep and warm, worried as she seems. Picture of chivalry until the end, aren't you? That word was chivalry, everyone. Did I say that aloud? You did. But rest assured, I will hold nothing you say right now against you. Do we get to do the thing? We get to do the thing! We get to do the thing! Let's go! Of course we're gonna kiss. Does that offer extend to bold, foolish actions I might take? Maja raises an eyebrow. Within reason. So, I kiss her! Nailed it! Yes, we are officially courting. This is it. This is what is happening. I'm so excited. We did the thing. I regret my boldness immediately, but for a brief and suspended eternity, there's nothing but the fragrance of Maja's perfume, the light brush of her hair on my cheeks, and the softness of her lips against my own. I bet you she smells incredible. Like, not gonna lie. Like, I mean, she looks like she smells amazing. Relationship time! I know, it's the time! It both soothes and intensifies the ache in my chest that's been there for so long. I almost convinced myself I can live with it. And maybe I will if... Maja's fingers link at the nape of my neck. Here we go, everyone. She's kissing me back, her lips parting to allow me in deeper, and she kisses with fierce relief. It's going on in the library, folks. Thank God we locked the door, because can you imagine just being interrupted at a time like this? We part when we're both out of breath and not a second before. We're so close that I feel like it would be so easy to get lost in the blue of her eyes and the radiance of her smile. There you are. I was thinking I would get to make the first move, but it seems you truly won't keep a lady waiting. Absolutely not. My face burns so hot I have to lean away from Maja in case I scorch her. Maja, please. My goodness, I'm sorry. You are just quite something when flustered, my dear. Maja leans back on her heels and takes my hands, and then she just looks at me with such pronounced, unbridled fondness that I can't hold her gaze. I have to be like, don't look at me! Stop looking at me like that, you're too beautiful! I can't help but enjoy the sound of her giggle though. She clears her throat and tilts her head. I know for a fact that you've been through a lot for one night. To bed with you, Sarah. We'll delve into this mystery tomorrow. She sounds so calm, so confident, that for a moment I can believe that it's just one more manageable everyday problem that will be nothing more than a minor inconvenience that we can still resolve with a little research. There was no commas in that sentence. Yet I know it isn't. It can't be. Still, there's one last thing. I was out there with Eric. He wouldn't know that I'm here now. Somehow. That I'm safe. I need to let him know. I will be able to help you with that. Masha smiles wryly. I wonder what's going through her head, but it's gone again before I can think too much of it. And I am too tired to think things through properly at the moment. Yeah, we need to rest. Thank you. He'd be in the woods somewhere still, I imagine. I'm pretty confident I can find him. But first, let's see you off to bed, my gallant knight. I'll make my own way to my chambers. It's really alright. Masha sighs. We're gonna deny her walking us to our bedroom, like... Damn. I don't have any energy left for conversation after that. My mind's buzzing. I'm loath to leave her, but perhaps tonight is a bad night for longer liaisons and getting caught red-handed. Masha. No, I don't actually say that. Masha. She looks at me. Thank you for this, for everything. It'll be alright. You shouldn't be the one who has to reassure me, Sarah. Your kindness is your own unparalleled strength. I like that most about you. Whatever the future holds... She stops herself. A shadow of sadness passes over her eyes. Whatever the future holds, Lady Masha will face it together. Yes. Good night. She gently pushes me out of the room with a hand against my chest, winks and closes the door. But we locked the door, so... Unless she managed to unlock the door while pushing me into it, then I would just be pushed into a door. And like, yeah. That's not good for anyone, is it? It's like, push, oh, I'm sorry, we need to unlock the door, turn around. The darkness doesn't feel so suffocating with that as a parting note. End of part 3. Part 3. Part 3. Jesus, I am dying over here. Woohoo, into part 3! We're fairly running through it tonight, lads. Lads, ladies, and others. We're fairly going through it. But we have sealed it in with Masha. We are doing well. We got to kiss Masha. Finally, we got to kiss Masha. It only took us until part 3, but we got there. And she's now calling us my dear or whatever it is she calls us instead of my friend. Yes, slay. We love that. Yay, end of part 3. I think I'm going to take like a quick 10-15 minute break just because we've been through like a couple of chapters and things, and I've done a lot of talking. Oh Jesus, new flirt modes are now available in this chapter. Okay, you'll be able to select a polyamorous route by clicking the polyflirt option. Okay, remember that. Remember that, everyone, but we don't want to polyflirt. And we're only going to flirt. We're not polyflirting. That's nice that they have an ace flirt option, just if, you know, in case you want, Cool. We will save. Save there. And I am just going to leave that there just now, just while I jump on a quick break. I will be back in about 10 minutes maybe, but I'll see you in a bit for more of the rest of Errant Kingdom. Night Fower, Masha. Hello, hello everyone. Hello, yes, excuse me. Just making sure I've got nothing in my tea. No one wants to see that madness. But yes, I am back. I have a cuppa. So if you see me drinking every now and then, it's because I have a cup of tea sitting next to me. But yes, we are continuing on. We are in night 4, which is all about Maja, because we've picked Maja's romance route. So that's kind of locked in our romance with her. I hope. So yes. The transition from hazy, stressful dreams of a running Jesus. It started already and we're just back like 2 minutes after the break. The transition from hazy, stressful dreams of running from a dreadful, baleful eye into my own quarters at dawn happens like an arrow tossed through thick fog. It disrupts the dreariness, but it doesn't penetrate it, and for a long moment after my eyes have opened, I stare at the ceiling and don't quite understand where I am or why I'm here. Memories come back slowly, fragmented. I remember the golden giant towering over me, her shield and banner in hand. How my back was burned and ached, the weight of her words, and the monster thereafter gazing down at me. There's a knock on the door. Is it Maja? Fingers crossed. I nearly jump. Maybe I did make noise because a moment later someone speaks from the other side. Sarah? Yes, it is! That's so lame. Like, what is that? What is that? That's so lame. That's so lame. I showed you how lame I am in real life. Lady Maja. Yes, oh, other things happened last night aside from the whole can I just thing, didn't they? God. Before I can decide how I would like to stutter my way through a greeting, the door eases open. Is this still her bedclothes? Katie said this was her bedclothes. I don't know. What do you think? Maja steps inside, then quickly closes it. I stare as she sweeps her eyes over my room, her full lips twitching ever so slightly, and wish maybe I should have cleaned up more. Bestie, I'm cackling. I fucking know. Tell me about it. I'm so dumb. I heard your cackle, yeah. I heard your cackle from the living room and I couldn't hold it in. I'm so dumb. Nothing's out of place, is it? Does she think it's messy? The thumbs up. I know, it was so goofy. I know. Excuse me. Then she focuses on me and the worry recedes. That's just me tea. Oh, my dear Sarah. I almost forgot to give her an accent there. Maja comes to sit at the edge of my bed. She cups my face in her hands. She likes to do this with us, which is very nice. Concern and gladness alike etch so deeply into her expression, I'm compelled to reach up and catch her wrist. The gentle fragrance of her perfume fills my nose, calming my nerves. Lavender? Oh my god, she smells like lavender. This is great, she smells like lavender. I'm alright. You're up early. I can still see a sliver of the window from the corner of my eye, and the sunlight pouring in while quickly brightening is still the bluish hue of the morning. It can't be that long after dawn. Up early? I could hardly sleep. Before you start thinking it's your fault, it isn't. There was a lot on my mind. She leans away but takes my hand, the one wrapped around her wrist, and holds it. Then she presses my knuckles to her lips and closes her eyes. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. My face feels so hot, I'm sure she could fry an egg on it. Yeah, that'd be me in real life. I'm sorry. About keeping you up, I mean. Maja passes a hand over her mouth and I could have sworn I heard a laugh. I don't have much time. What? What the I scrolled on the mouse wheel and I think it scrolled back. I was like, wait, did I click and like, what the hell happened? I could have sworn I heard a laugh. I don't have much time to ask her about it though, because she's taken my hand and laced our fingers together. Yennefer also smells like lavender, so that is perfect match. It's meant to be. She does smell like lavender, I'm sure. two goddesses both smelling like lavender. I mean, what are the chances? I can feel the warmth of her palm like a furnace, and I could swear my heart just slid straight from my chest into my hand where she's squeezing it. And take it for a compliment, Sarah. It's always a treat to think of you. I bet it is. Well, maybe not in the context of last night where I was worried about you. Nonetheless. Maja leans in to kiss me and I almost tell her to be careful. She might burn herself on my face that's currently feeling like the charcoal under the cook's bubbling stew pot. The gentle softness of her lips against the corner of mine makes me forget it. Forget everything, actually, in a matter of seconds. Yes, that would absolutely happen. Lilac and gooseberries. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yep, lilac and gooseberries. That's Yennefer's scent. Yeah. Either way, they both smell amazing, so... Almost desperately, I put my hand on her waist, but Maja takes it, laces our fingers together, and leans deeper into the kiss. When I yield under her gentle passion and part my lips wider to let her in, she laughs, a rich velvet sound that sinks right into me. Don't do this to me. Help me. I feel it where our bodies are pressed together, Maja's knee pressed to my thigh, and I feel like I'm melting from her warmth. Gods, maybe I am. I was gonna say, no, she's not doing the knee thing. That's not the knee thing. Somewhere in the back of my mind I managed to think, only you can make death by dissolving feel so sweet. I mean, just be glad you didn't say it out loud, because that's definitely something that I probably would have said out loud and killed the mood. When we part, Maja kisses the corner of my mouth, then my cheek, then hugs me. This is so nice. And I have to say, her arms are a great place to recover my sense of self in. I love this. This is great. And I'm glad you're alright. Gods, the thoughts that cross my mind. But surely, I know it is getting saucy, but this is rated mature or 18 plus. So, Maja lets me go and sits back, gnawing at her lip. Gently, I rest my hand on her elbow and to draw her back, As you can see, I'm well. In fact, I can almost believe yesterday was a dream. I can almost believe yesterday was a dream? Yeah, okay. Well, except for the parts where you were involved, at least. Good. Rest assured that I'm happy to remind you, however. She winks and I laugh, feeling the last of the tension melting away. Then my stomach rumbles. Oh great, we are absolutely starving. Goodness me, I ran here so fast I forgot to bring up some breakfast. Are you alright with something a little more humble this morning? I can get you something, but the cooks are likely just setting up. I mean, I'll take like a bit of cereal, or if you've just got some toast. Like, that's fine. Whatever you've got, like, yeah. Please, I can't impose on you to go get me food. She's still a noblewoman after all, and I'm still a knight. Not to mention, I'm expected to eat with the other knights. Actually, maybe that's what she means. The thought of facing strangers after the frankly bizarre events yesterday leaves me queasy. It's not outright fear so much as churning dread. Maja touches my face. She tilts my chin up with her fingers ever so gently, and her expression is understanding. I can even send word to your fellows, give them a reason for your absence. That would probably be wise. I don't know if I can eat right now, though. Maja brushes my cheek, her eyes soft, and at this moment, I don't think I need any kind of sustenance at all. Just sitting here soaking in her company is enough. Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? I have to drink that before it goes cold. You know. But my stomach growls again, and that's that. Will you have breakfast with me? That sounded so desperate. Will you have breakfast with me? Be like, will you have breakfast with me? I'll try, but if you don't see me come back, then please look for me later. I have a feeling that what happened with you last night wouldn't have gone unnoticed by certain people. Oh dear, my blood runs a little cold. And deep down I feel resentment. I want to be able to enjoy this moment with Maja, free of shadows of gods and things we both don't understand. But she kisses me, then kisses my temple, and it soothes me somewhat. Nice. With a final reassuring smile, she's gone. So we may or may not have her for breakfast. Joining us for breakfast. I lay back down in bed for all but 5 minutes before deciding that it's foolish to even try and go back to sleep. Yeah, not go back to sleep after that. Cool! Let's go. Yes. It's a while before I feel ready to face the day, embarrassingly so by my own standards. Gratefully, the halls are quiet. Aside from the odd sentry that passes me without comments, everything seems peaceful. If anything, it feels almost too idyllic, too still. With every step I take away from my quarters, the niggling fear that any minute now someone's going to jump out and march me off to the dungeons for communing with a goddess becomes sillier. And maybe it is. I already know how much this country reveres their pantheon, can I just most of all, nor can a divine favour be falsified. Nor does anyone actually know about the encounter, surely. I'm being paranoid. I'm being paranoid! No. As though on cue, I see a flash of red. I turn just in time to catch Maddox by the shoulders before he walks straight into a wall. Sarah. Whoa now, lad. Alright, Sonny, where are you off to that you're running for your life? Maddox flushes red. He opens and closes his mouth in a way when he can think of no defence for himself, then sighs and rubs his face. I clasp his shoulder and feel for a moment a whirlwind of both relief and guilt. I haven't considered if something might happen to him. It's fine, everything's fine. Well, for us right now anyway. Cedric was just... he gave me a scare. Oh, what exactly did he do? No, nothing like that. He's not like that, Night Sarah, I promise. I ran into him a few minutes ago and he looked ready to kill somebody, so I got worried. Oh gods, no. Cedric is the attending knight for our Vithrian ambassador. What if something happened to his charge? I have no idea what role I would actually play if something does go wrong with the official ambassador for my home country, but just the thought makes me cold. But Maddox is already shaking his head. Nothing happened to his charge, at least nothing that was fatal. Something made Cedric nervous, though, and mildly furious. Makes me nervous is all. He's never one for... He trails off and passes a hand over his mouth, then looks away. I understand. Instinctively, nervously, I look around the halls as well. We're still alone, but as Maja has proven, there's no such thing as truly alone in these walls. Somebody's always in there, but there are people in the walls listening right now. Unless your privacy is guaranteed by one of the people who can make sure that there's no privacy, of course, and I don't think that this conversation counts for that. It galls me, this surveillance. I've tried to tell myself that it is only for security matters before, and with the attempt on the Crown's life, I could expect nothing less. But now, I'm not sure. If something did happen, then it's only a matter of time before we hear about it. Until then, trying to stay calm. Gods know enough people are up in a stir in this castle. Me included, but he doesn't need to know that. Yes, you're right. Speaking of, you look like hell. If you would pardon my manners in saying so. That actually surprises me. I haven't checked my reflection before leaving my room, but I don't feel physically ill or anything. It hasn't crossed my mind that I might look unwell. How bad is it? Surely you're exaggerating. You look... queasy. You sure you're not projecting? Maddox pouts. Right, sorry. I might take it easy today. I think I might have eaten something not so good for my health yesterday. It was those blueberry scones! I told you guys that we shouldn't eat the blueberry scones because this is what's going to happen to us now. We've seen a god and we've become their champion. That's all because we ate the blueberries. I tell you, see if we didn't eat the blueberries, we wouldn't be in this mess right now. I'm telling you. Where were you anyway? You must have gotten back pretty late since I didn't see you at all last time when I went to check on you. Well, after curfew. I wince. Right. Maddox likes to glance in on me whenever he's feeling uneasy, which seems to be quite a lot lately. I was out making friends. Sure. In town? Of course. Don't you have duties and chores today, young squire? A handsome knight to bother now that we're sure nothing fatal happened to his liege? Please, we're not. He sighs sharply and pinches the bridge of his nose. For an instant, he impresses upon me the fond image of an exasperated maid. Alright, okay. I clasp his shoulder, then ruffle his hair. Everything will be well. It has to be. If not for my sake, then for his. It's fine, Mads. I promise you solemnly that I won't do anything to induce nausea. Maddox snorts but steps away with a salute. He can't hide the concern in his eyes, but at least he seems willing to let me go. That says something. If he hasn't, he would have escorted me right back to my quarters. One more thing before you go. Have you seen Livia? I believe the Knight Commander is taking a stroll around the gardens. Who knows for how long, though. I best catch her then. I'll see you later, and whatever they tell you, Maddox, don't shoulder more chores than absolutely necessary. You're my squire, not their errand boy. Of course. He's gone in a flash. I watch the red of his hair retreat from view, then shake my head. Still have a report to make. Bum bum bum, we're in the garden. In the garden. Livia isn't anywhere at the chapel, thankfully. She's not seen Chapel Roan. I mean, alright, Livia. I see her turned back at the gazebo, her raven on her arm. At the sound of my footsteps, she turns. There's a moment where she seems almost surprised to see me, and I wonder if I have interrupted a private moment. Before guilt can set in, though, Livia releases her breath and rolls her shoulder. Yes. The raven takes flight, vanishing into the sky with a loud squawk. What? There's my squawk. Livia stares after him, wrinkling her nose. He's getting spoiled. You ought to speak to that squire of yours. I believe he's been sneaking 70 treats? 70, I think that's what we agreed on the raven's name. Clever things should have their intelligence respected, or else they'll make a habit of taking advantage of those who assume otherwise. Livia slowly turns her full body to face me, her movement measured and not quite relaxed. I can't help tensing a little. I'm not out here in my usual armour and livery. I'm basically declaring to have the day off after all, some business aside. Yet her presence and those sharp eyes alone compel me to stand straighter. I'm like, fix your posture. Are you referring to me, Commander? I don't take you for the type to play dumb to get something. Livia raises an eyebrow and looks me over. I'm just starting to hate her scrutiny when her eyebrows suddenly draw together in an obvious concern instead. You don't look well, Sarah. Is everything alright? Yes, of course. Livia looks at me again, patiently. Oh, right. I've come here to tell her exactly the opposite. As in, I can stand and walk fairly well, I think, but I made some bad decisions last night. I think it'd be wiser for me to take a step back for the day. Of course. I blink. Thank you, but that's it. Of course, your absence will be noted, but I doubt it will be dwelled on. At least I'll ensure that no one decides to gossip. Livia glares. I don't know why that G's in a capital letter, it's like it's her last name. Livia glares. We found out her last name, everyone. Then Livia glares then and glances away. I think that's right. I follow her gaze out of instinctive curiosity. Then feel a chill as I realise she's looking at the chapel. She does want to see chapel. Can I just mention that she is her champion, didn't she? Somewhere in there, along with the rest of the hazy memories that are at the same time somehow stark in contrast. What do you think about the gods, Livia? The words are out of my mouth before I can control myself. Livia looked surprised at the question, but something else, much darker, quickly replaces it. She turns away from me and leans on the gazebo's railing. Can't help but worry if I've touched a sensitive topic. I'm not an atheist, if that's what you mean. How can I be, growing up under the shadow of our revered Nova? Nova? Errant is a land steeped in the blood of its gods. That was what the priest taught me long ago. Words they used for every young student under their care, of course, and when I was younger, I was inclined to think they were just trying to scare us. Now, I'm not so sure. At the time, I don't think just because they're there should mean gods need to meddle in our affairs. Just as I don't go and meddle with the city's guard captain, I trust that she handles her duty well, as I handle mine. Do gods trust mortals the same? Hard to think so, though, considering how many clerics are chosen every year, the marks of the divine blazing on their skin. They looked happy to have been called to some higher purpose, and if in serving it they find their peace, then I have no objection. Still, those marks, they always look awfully like brands to me. Eee, you mean like the one that we have? Eee. The clerics here are truly chosen by the gods, then? Yes, no less true than your warlocks getting picked and marked by their fairy patrons. Livia snorts and straightens, shaking her head. She's like, I can't joke about. Look at me, spouting borderline heresy. Any moment now, a priest will spring out of a bush to reprimand me. She glares at the nearby bushes, fingers tapping her sword as though daring this imagined priest to do just that. When no such thing happens, however, Livia sighs again and pinches the bridge of her nose. How I feel about gods is... I can probably bore you to tears for an evening talking about it. And offering no constructive opinion at that. You should ask Maja if you're after something more useful. She'll always be glad to share her knowledge with a visitor, though she's no religious person herself. The set of Livia's chin and the storm gathering over her face tells me I should probably leave her alone. For a moment, I'm worried that I've left her more upset than if I hadn't asked, but it doesn't feel right pushing the topic. Where is Maja now? Shouldn't you go to your room and lay down? And be alone with my thoughts? Livia laughs then, a rough barking sound that can barely count as such, but it's still a laugh. Her atrium, probably. I'll tell you how to get there, and don't worry about interrupting her work. Maja usually likes interruptions, not that I can tell why. Thank you for listening to me anyway, Sarah. Your question isn't one most people bother to ask. And thank you for speaking candidly. Livia smiles. Are we going to see Maja in her atrium? So I'm guessing we didn't have breakfast then, we just kind of went out on our own kind of thing. I'm guessing that's what's happened. Maja's atrium looks like the type of place young students of magic would beg their teachers to have a field trip. Would look like the type of place young students of magic would beg their teachers to have a field trip here every year. My apologies. Look at that stunning close-up. Stunning. Stunning. Let's just revel in this for a minute. Great. Absolutely great. The doors swing open as soon as I'm in front of them, so I've taken it as an invitation to come inside and marvel at a little at all the sparkly instruments about the room. Yeah, like what you see. Yes. Got me flustered already. A few steps away, Maja's smiling. The open book in her hand shudders and sparks, like it can hear what she's saying. Great. Sorry for the mess, Sarah. I wasn't expecting you so soon. Well, I mean, I had nothing else to do, and you just happened to... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Those clothes must be more casual wear. Yeah, instead of being bed clothes. Yeah. I step right up to her, and with a grin, she closes the gap and wraps her arms around my neck. That catches me by surprise, if only a little. I carefully put my arms around her waist, and Maja chuckles. The way that lovely sound goes straight to my stomach. Ah, you're keeping the bedside look today then. So you might be right. You might be right, or they might not be. I don't know. Or maybe these are just like casual clothes. I don't know, but either way, it's styling. Sort of. I don't braid my hair during the day too often, but this style is convenient for getting things done. She kisses my cheek, then steps back and squeezes my arms. You look like you've had a lot on your mind, despite the obvious. Are you okay? Does that say what I think it says? Thinking about Eric and us. We're saying that we want a relationship with Eric and her. Absolutely not. Masha is mine and mine alone. Game, we will not be falling for Eric. Pick someone else. She is a slay. We will be picking someone else. We are not being tempted by Eric at all. I don't know what's going on, but it's not gonna... It's, yeah. Pause on that option, yeah, like that's the polyamorous option, if I remember the symbols right. But no, it's not happening. Masha and Masha alone. I'm fine, promise, yes. I smile and shake my head. I'm fine, I promise. More than, in fact. I reach out and squeeze her hand and she smiles at me in amusement, walking closer. That's good then. Then, with fingertips glowing and a pinched brow, Masha lifts her hand. Before I can ask her what exactly she's doing, I feel a twinge of... twinge of across my shoulders. I feel a twinge across my shoulders. As I clutch at my shoulder and reflex, Masha lowers her hand. Just checking. Still there, huh? Unfortunately. I roll my shoulders, trying not to feel too uneasy. I'm not going to get into trouble for this, am I? Who would dare? Oh, here they come. The hinges on those doors are well oiled. Haven't even heard Lucien come in. Yet we turn and there they are. Lucien's smirk remains immovable. On seeing me looking, however, that expression softens to a more enticing smile. They incline their head. All the things one can trust with me, Sarah. Secrets are things I keep most closely. I can vouch for them on that, if little else. Alright, there's a story to go with this if you'll bear with me. It takes surprisingly little time to tell it, considering how much the entire tale weighed on my mind. I am so sorry. Masha and Lucien listen intently, almost to the point of making me uncomfortable, but mercifully they don't seem upset or worried. There's a moment of silence after I'm finished. Lucien rubs their chin thoughtfully. That's... how do I put this? Mortifying? Well, yes, most certainly. I was going to say intriguing. For what it's worth, I probably should have stayed home last night. Get me back in to do all the yapping. That's what needs to happen, bestie. Like, I'm just not meant to yap. This is it. If this was all meant to be, I don't think it would have made a difference. I initially dismissed this cult you saw as some local troublemaker. That was my error, one I intended to rectify immediately. And what will we do in the meantime? We can't expect this truth to go unknown or unseen. Sooner or later, someone will find out. Is it that much of a problem? Surely they're not going to string me up for execution. Gods, could you imagine? That Aegis on your back alone would drive the whole faith of Canidrus to defend you, if only out of principle. At the same time, that's precisely the problem, and you're not the only foreigner mysteriously chosen. What? There's at least one more? Maybe more than that, if the gods truly want to put this plan of theirs into motion, or rather, halt. She cuts herself off and sighs in frustration. I cannot lie to their majesties. However, I can maintain discretion out of concern for your safety. Both of us can and will. Masha pinches the bridge of her nose like she's stalling a migraine. I shift from foot to foot, trying to tell the guilt welling up inside me that it's irrational. After all, I've had precisely no say in this. Yeah, this isn't our fault. Alright, I have preparations to make. Away with you both now. Oh, and Sarah, would you mind staying away from the castle for a spell? Maybe at least a few hours. Sure. That's probably for the best anyway. Masha smiles, then shoos us out. Damn, we've been shooed from the castle for a little bit. Losing myself to the subdued din of a marketplace full of oblivious onlookers has its own comfort. It's only another day for Novus' people, and without my colours, I'm nobody to them. Merchants jostle their way up and down the streets, nearly running me over at some point. Now, where would I find Eric? I'm tempted to go just straight for his cabin, but that's like the criminal returning to the crime scene, isn't it? Even if Maja expressly said I haven't done anything wrong. A hand closes around my arm. I almost go for my sword, but the flash of a familiar grin under a brown hood makes me pause. Would it kill you not to scare me like that? Raiden shrugs unrepentantly, but does let me go. He inclines his head to the side and moves away, and after a moment of consideration, I reluctantly follow him. What can he do to me that's worse than it's already happening right now? We stop on the side of the road, free from the flow of traffic, and Raiden rolls his shoulders, eyeing the crowd around us lazily. Looking for your friends? Yeah, kind of. Don't worry, we're totally safe in here. We're totally safe here. Something's got the guild distracted. Hopefully it's not you. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna laugh nervously. I have no response to that because I can't think of any. So I force a laugh, but it comes out weird. It was a bad move. Hopefully. Ha 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 ha. You alright? I nod furiously and swiftly change the subject. Yes, I'm okay. Have you seen Eric? Yeah, in passing. What's wrong? He gives me a once-over, then seems to make up his mind. Raiden clears his throat. Okay, well, I do have people to snoop on and work to do, contrary to popular belief. Oh, really? He rolls his eyes. So say that there's this tree on the outskirts of town. It used to have a whole neighborhood around it, but over the years it's been seeded and more or less to a fae or two. Yes. From one of his pockets, Raiden produces a piece of folded parchment. I take it and flip it open. A map? If you're to visit that place, maybe you'll see some faces who would really like to see that you're okay. Certain faes included. His voice sounds pointed, almost as sharp as his dagger point if he's drawn it on me, almost as his dagger's point if he's drawn it on me right now. Jesus. Oh yes, it's a little farther, but I don't mind escaping the castle's looming shadow. And what will you be doing? Keeping an eye on things. Something like pensiveness flickers across Raiden's attention. He straightens a little and takes a half step back, like he wants for more space between us. So he can recover? So he has more room to compose himself? I don't have the heart to ask. He wouldn't have been wrong to fear, I think, though where the ominous thought truly comes from, I can't say. Guess we both make ourselves scarce then. Best plan I've heard all day. Oh, and Sarah, be careful. And with that cheery goodbye, Raiden pulls his hood lower over his face and melts back into the... We're in the forest. Back in the forest. I do feel like I'm being watched leaving town. The uncomfortable feeling fades as the city's buildings begin to recede behind me, however. Following the very crudely drawn map Raiden provided, it does lead to what feels like an older part of Novus. And then I'm almost practically in the forest, with lush green grass and a large tree bowing over my head. The man standing under it also draws my attention. Slowly, I approach. I clear my throat. Not gonna lie, this is like the last dude I want to see. Like, I would rather see Rue because we haven't seen Rue for a while. Where is Rue? What are they doing? For a moment he stands there, shocked. And the next he's striding towards me. Oh god. His powerful hands are soon gripping my shoulders and all I can see is a burning gaze of amber. Are you alright? Yes, I'm alright. I'm sorry about last night. There was a situation and I found myself, transported. Speak of them and they shall appear. Sure did. Agile as a bird, Rue swings down from the branches of that interesting-looking tree. They give me a wide, relieved grin that then pats Eric's back. Reluctantly, he releases me and sighs. You're paying my tab, Sarah. Hey now, I'm on a night's pay. But you're right, I do owe you that. Eric shakes his head. He mutters darkly under his breath, but Rue shimmies out from behind him to stare at me with wide, worried eyes. I would rather Eric's lecturing over that look. I feel like I've walked away from a wounded fawn. What exactly happened? And I told you that those cultists are bad news. I wasn't looking for cultists, I was... Alright, yes. I felt drawn to the woods for some reason, but when I said I was going to help you with your hunt, Eric, I meant to dedicate myself to it. And you did, for which I thank you. Then you evaporated on me. I thought you'd been snatched by some other monster. I can't hide this, can I? We are terrible at keeping secrets, by the way. I mean, I believe Lucian when they were like, I can keep secrets. I'm like, you keep it better than me, bestie. So... It's not exactly a monster. And so I tell them of what happened last night. Eric's eyebrows go up and down on his forehead so many times that I wonder if he's sore there by the time I finish, while Rue's jaws seem to drop a little bit further with every word. When I'm finished, there's a long pause. Then Eric rubs his head and curses. There's a lot to unpack. I'm sorry, Sarah. Not sure what about that... Not sure what about at the moment, but I'm just sorry. Yeah, me too, yeah. I shrug helplessly. Yeah, me too. But look on the bright side, maybe it's the beginning of an adventure. Or, if we're lucky, the Crown will consider this an embarrassment and shove it under the carpet. People don't get selected by gods here all the time. It can't be that big of a deal. I don't exactly gain any special powers from the encounter either. You're no different to me, but now everything you do and say has the... I know it's tacit, right? Tacit endorsement of something divine. There you go. Like how the monarchs rule this country? Eric and Rue instantly glance over my shoulder nervously. I turn and see that they're looking at the castle looming in the distance. Right, I should keep my mouth shut. I always love a blasphemer. Just be careful, Sarah. Shaking his head, Eric clasps my shoulder, then walks away. I turn to Rue. How can I be careful if I don't even know what they're going to do? If anything at all? Who knows? Want to eat some dried fruits and listen to me sing? Sure. Damn. We are back in the castle. Using the servant's entrance to get back into the castle feels too sneaky, but it has the added benefit of sparing me from any wandering eyes. It's later in the day now anyway, and most of the castle's probably at dinner, so maybe if I just quietly make my way to my room? Yeah. No! There you are, Sarah. How did I not hear her armor clanking? Why is everyone so silent? What? Is my hearing just shot? What's going on? She's looking at me funny. Am I under arrest or something? Livia shakes her head. Her brow is knit, her lips set in a tight, firm line. She looks almost nervous. What? No. Nothing like that, but I do come bearing a royal summons. Ah, so no arrest but a death sentence. Livia narrows her eyes, and I raise my hands in apology. The light-hearted moment doesn't last. Livia turns away from me, but I can tell from the tightness of her jaw that the dread I'm starting to feel is real. It'll be alright, Sarah. Her voice falters near the end, then picks up again. I'll be there with you. I nod mutely. Livia's quiet for a moment, and I brace myself for some other bad news, but there's concern on her face, not suspicions. I hear that the ambassador will be there as well. Maybe it's less to do with you and more to do with formally receiving visitors from our esteemed neighbour. Oh, you're right. Well, I hope you are. Me too. She looks me over, then bites her lip. It's urgent. What you're wearing will have to do. Come. Oh, so she's like judging me for what I'm wearing. Great, because it's supposed to be my day off, Olivia, but we can't always look stunning like you in your armor all the time. I didn't know this would happen today, so I haven't even got a chance to do my hair. There's no room for me to refuse. Nodding mutely, I let Livia lead me down an entirely different path in the castle, one I've never travelled before. Then we're there. Livia takes a deep breath. Whatever happens, she cuts herself off. She shakes her head, then pushes open the door. Ooh. At this moment, I only vaguely perceive the pillars, the milling court, the marbles, and the marble steps leading to the dance. Oh my... Yo. Yo. Damn. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave it there. Just because this seems like a big point that I've been called to like a summons. And we have finally ran into the king and queen. Yeah, that's them there. So I think it's only fair that we leave it there because it is some sort of like a... It's like, why are we here? What's happening? What's going on? So I'm definitely going to leave it there. Yeah. But yeah, cool. We progressed a lot today. We finished chapter 2. And finished chapter 3 as well, part 3. I know, no! I have to leave. I like to leave it on cliffhangers, you know me. We have locked in the Maja romance route, which is just what we need. We became the champion of a god. That's probably to do with treason and stuff like that. So yeah, Novus is watching us pretty much. We have like a brand on our back, but it's not visible unless you can like have magic and stuff on it, I think. Yeah, we're basically telling everyone what happened, but the main thing is that we became a god's champion. Yeah, I know a lot happened in these couple of chapters. But yeah, we'll have to leave it there until next time to figure out kind of what's going on. So yeah, join us on Monday. I say us because Katie will be back on Monday, hopefully. For more Last of Us. We're doing The Last of Us Part 2. Thank you for the stream. You're very welcome. Thank you for watching. So yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 is on Monday. We're just kind of a small bit into that. We had all the big feels last time on the stream, so yeah, that happened. So we're getting back into that on Monday, and then next Friday, hopefully we should be back for more date everything. So fingers crossed we can actually do that. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. If you stayed throughout the whole thing or if you came in and then left, that's totally fine. Or if it was just me, myself, talking to chat, which was Katie, that's totally fine as well. I'm enjoying this visual novel. I'm having a lot of fun with it, even if I can't read. So hopefully you're enjoying it too, and I like to give the characters a bit of life, which is why they've all got different voices and things. So but yeah, I think that's all good. I don't think I have anything else to say. Yeah. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.